So the Mario movie 2, or whatever the next movie's going to be, has been slated to come out on April 2026. So we still got a long time until we probably even hear about this thing, but there's been some little pieces popping up here and there that could give us a clue as to what we're going to expect with the second movie, including the Mario actor himself, Chris Pratt, coming out saying that he wants to start a so-called Marvel Cinematic Universe, but for Nintendo. Yeah, what is going on? So let's start off with Chris Pratt and exactly what he commented on. So Chris Pratt comes out and actually says that he is super excited for the future of Mario and says, oh man, there's so much to explore. There are decades worth of games to explore, not only with Mario and Peach and Donkey Kong and Luigi and Bowser and Yoshi. That was teased at the end, but it just gets me so excited. I was such a Nintendo head growing up, so just thinking about how everything from Legend of Zelda to the entire Nintendo Cinematic Universe could be created and what that could look like for all of these characters that I love. I mean, there's really no limit. We could talk about it for hours. Now, this is interesting because, yeah, Chris Pratt's not just saying in the Mario universe what we're going to get. He's excited to see other IPs cross over. We're talking a full-blown Smash Brothers movie, baby. Now, this one's strange, and especially that he brought up Link and Zelda and all them, because considering the fact that the next Zelda movie, in fact, or really our first Zelda movie, is going to be live action. So how in the world is a live action Link going to cross over with an animated Mario? Now, just because there was one movie with live action Link doesn't mean they can't create also some animated movies for Zelda, or at least have animated Link and Zelda for a spin-off where they're all together. But this is exciting that even Chris Pratt himself would love to see this giant crossover type of movie happen. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier because now apparently there was an interview with Danny DeVito where he stated, I'm going to take them to the cleaners, but I should be in the movie, when talked about the Mario movie with, and he clearly wants to play Wario. And a lot of people just sat there and said, yeah, this makes sense, and I think everyone in the world's on board with Danny DeVito playing Wario, so we'll see if that happens or not, but it just makes the most sense. But yes, this has us thinking about what in the world they're going to do with the next Mario movie. We know Nintendo themselves have come out and said that they want to expand the Mario universe with this next movie, and Chris Pratt's already teasing expanding more than just the Mario universe, so what do they mean by this? What are they going to do? Like, are there going to be other non-Mario characters in this next movie? I don't think so. I think Chris Pratt is just excited to see what the future is going to hold, and after playing games like Smash Brothers, it's really cool to see all these Nintendo IPs working together. But right now, Nintendo's still kind of establishing their Mario franchise on the big screen. So there's so many more characters, like Chris Pratt said. There's so many games, decades worth of games from the Mario universe, where there's characters that could be incorporated, and we've talked about this time and time again, like the main characters of Wario and Waluigi just being stupid on screen and messing with Mario, and maybe even working for Bowser like they do in the Mario sports games. This is something that I think a lot of people would love to see. And yeah, Danny DeVito as Wario would just be hilarious for this role. Now, some characters that also just make the most sense to expand this universe with is obviously like Princess Daisy, and this is something that a lot of people wanted to see, maybe Sarasaland and Princess Daisy, and we do have some concept art which looked like it showed Mario and Luigi in robes going through some type of desert town, which could be Sarasaland in the next movie. We really don't know. And also characters like Rosalina, considering the fact that we just had a random Luma in a cage the entire movie, and yeah, the Luma was crazy and everything, and it was just like a comedic relief, but still was weird that there was just this random Luma and no one knew why, and everybody was kind of like expecting like maybe a Rosalina cameo at the end of the movie, like a post-credit scene where she comes back for the Luma. But yeah, it is kind of strange that Luma was just there. I think it is building on maybe a larger universe with the Mario Galaxy games. That makes sense as well. Obviously, seeing that Yoshi's going to play a major role in the next movie, probably with that post-credit scene of the Yoshi egg down in the sewers of Brooklyn. But the question is there anything else that could come from the Yoshi games? Because I feel like that's just it. We already have Kamek, and I don't really think anything else would happen. I think maybe Bowser Jr. can make an appearance, and I know that doesn't really go coincide with Yoshi because it was always baby Bowser, but you know what? They could throw Bowser Jr. finally in there as Bowser's son, and better yet, I'd not just throw in the whole Koopaling gang from Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World and all the new Super Mario Brothers games. They have tons of personalities thanks to the RPGs now, so why not throw them in there and give them those crazy personalities from the Paper Mario games? I mean, they are a fun bunch of characters, and I think they would be awesome on the big screen. They were also on the TV shows back then, and they were already fun then, so I'm sure they'll be extra fun now, and that's 7 new voice actors you can get with 7 new characters. I know it's probably still too early for like extreme cameos, but I would like to see like some unique locations and NPCs from those worlds that are outside of the Mushroom Kingdom. Like I would love to see the Bean Kingdom. I know it's a very minuscule game compared to everything else in the Mario franchise. Like a small Mario and Luigi game getting recognized, probably not. But I'd like to see some Bean citizens walking around, or maybe even Isle Delfino, which is a lot bigger since it is a mainline Mario game. Maybe we can see some Piantas and Nokis, and maybe even, you know, Delfino Square itself could be a location in the next movie. That'd be awesome. We know the first movie did kind of establish that kingdoms idea, that the Mushroom Kingdom is surrounded by other kingdoms as well. We have the Kong Kingdom with all Donkey Kong and his family, so I'm sure there's other kingdoms out there that we can explore, and I really hope that they flush those out. And more I think about Isle Delfino, like the whole storyline just makes sense. After Mario saves Peach so many times in the games, he needs a vacation, so he goes here for a vacation and Bowser ruins it. That would make a lot of sense for a next movie as well. I know he hasn't fought Bowser a whole bunch of times, but that was a pretty crazy battle and a lot for Mario after just coming out of the real world from Brooklyn, so maybe he wants to lay back and have a nice vacation, especially after working real hard in the real world as a plumber as well. This would make a really cool idea for the second movie. We're talking about branching off of the Mario brand right now, and we don't even know if this next movie is going to be Mario Brothers 2. It could be another type of movie within the Mario world. For instance, it could be a Donkey Kong movie. We do have an established Donkey Kong Kingdom, and they could have all the Donkey Kong characters like Diddy, Dixie, and Cranky and all of them together in a Donkey Kong movie where they had to fight the Kremlings with King K. Rool. That would make a lot of sense. Or it could be a Luigi's Mansion spin-off movie where something happens to Mario and Luigi's got to go save Mario from the clutches of King Boo and tons of ghosts in a giant mansion. It could be something along those lines instead of just a quote-unquote next Mario movie. What if we branched further out? What if we started getting IPs appearing in the Mario movie from other Nintendo franchises? In a Mario movie, that wouldn't make sense, obviously, but we're talking about the future. Is Nintendo really going to end up doing a cinematic universe style of thing with Nintendo? I don't think we'll see anything at the heights of the Avengers or anything like that, but I think there could be a chance that Nintendo wants to explore maybe bringing these IPs together for one super film, or maybe a couple super films. So I don't know, maybe it is like the Avengers technically. It's not like people wouldn't love this. Could you imagine if it's animated like the Smash Ultimate cutscenes, but just even better? Oh my goodness, people would fall in love with this. I mean, I could sit and just watch animated cutscenes at that high quality that's very similar to that of Subspace Emissary with its story, and I'm locked. Like, there is nothing else in the world that I think would be better than that. So maybe there is a chance we could see all these characters on the screen together, because it works in the video games. Why not throw that on the big screen? But of course, you'd probably need all these characters to have individual movies of their own, which I don't think we're getting a Kid Icarus movie, or an F-Zero movie, or even an Earthbound movie, or even a Fire Emblem or Xenoblade. You know what? Yeah, maybe they don't need their own movies. Not every single Avenger had their own movie when Avengers came out. I mean, the Hulk didn't even have his own movie, technically, if we really want to dive into the MCU. Yeah, they could just throw some of these characters in the Smash Bros. Movie. And I think the title Smash Bros. Movie probably makes the most sense, considering the fact that this is the game where they're all in together already. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what the future could hold for all these characters, especially if they wanted to dive even further. Could you imagine if they started pulling like third-party characters too? Could you imagine if we start getting characters like Cloud, Banjo-Kazooie, Steve, Sephiroth, even Sora? You know, it'd be crazy. I guess only time will tell to see how successful these movies actually play out. Obviously, the first Mario movie did above and beyond what anybody expected, but we'll see how the rest of the movies go. But thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me know down below what you would like to see for the future of Nintendo's cinematic universe and the future of the Mario movies. But are you excited for the future? Are you worried that they're going to end up messing it up? Let me know down below, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.